towards greater dignity and integrity and better performance. At the end of our last term, the DILG awarded Quezon City the Local Legislative Award for the most outstanding Sangguniang Panlunsod in the NCR for the very first time in our history. And we will be gunning for the national award in 2013. However, the workplace constitutes only a small part of the challenges we in public service need to hurdle. It is in confronting the many problems our city faces that our training in Ignatian spirituality truly helps. I find the concept of being a contemplative in action, one who is deeply engaged in the world and who seeks to help others find God in all things most useful in public service. I have always been convinced that if we truly believe God is present in all people and in all things, we cannot accept a situation in which any individual is unable to reach his or her potential. We cannot tolerate any condition in which any person's rights are violated. We cannot help but work for the purpose of ensuring that all people truly feel God is in them and that He is in all things around them. We cannot but be champions of social justice. We are restless until we actually go out and start fixing things. Indeed, in Quezon City, there is still so much to fix. Last graduation season, I delivered a commencement speech at the Batasan National High School near Congress, and Yusek Lino Rivera knows this school very, very well. There were 2,638 kids graduating. The graduation had to be divided into 2 batches. A morning and an evening. The morning taking place at 5 a.m. because they did not have a covered court to cover them against the sun, and the evening at 7 at night due to lack of space. The teachers were telling me that during the graduation they did not even know the names of the students because they never had the opportunity to learn them because there were just too many kids. The principal told me that barely 10% of them would proceed to any form of higher education. For the rest, he could not say what their futures would be like. 2 months ago, I was doing a house-to-house campaign in Novaliches. At one shanty, I chanced upon a wake where a 6-month-old baby lay dead. Its mother was 19 years old, and this was her 4th child. Meanwhile, at the hovel next door, a woman handed over a baby to me and asked me if I wanted it. It belonged to her 14-year-old daughter, who has now run away from home with another boy, not the father of this child. And the grandmother was desperate to get rid of the baby. In the meantime, 35,000 families in Quezon City still live in danger zones along creeks and under bridges, but this will now be close to zero with the help of the MMDA. 67,000 families still have no access to safe water, and 25,000 families still have no sanitary toilets. HIV/AIDS is on the rise, and so is drug abuse. When faced with problems of this magnitude, it is sometimes difficult to see the presence of God in them and in the world. Yet Ignatian spirituality urges us to use our imaginations to see how things can work and not to dwell on the hopelessness of situations. Indeed, as God speaks to us through our heart's desires, He speaks to us through our imaginations and our dreams as well. Most importantly, we can focus on possibilities and opportunities because we know we don't need to do things alone. Ignatian spirituality places great emphasis on collaboration and teamwork in working with others for others. Many of Quezon City's huge problems, for example, which many have long been dismissed as impossible to solve, are slowly being addressed thanks to the cooperative efforts of many agencies and organizations representing both the private and public sectors working together towards the common good. Thanks to partnerships with GK, Habitat for Humanity, the NHA, the Social Housing Finance Corporation, and numerous NGOs and POs, we are on our way to providing housing for our informal settler families who comprise about 30% of our 3 million people population. Although it will probably take another 50 years for us to achieve this goal, we are really happy that we started doing it at this time. We have partnerships in education with Teach for the Philippines and Miriam College, in facilitating payments of local fees via cell phones with USAID. And this one I'm really very proud of, because very soon you will all be able to pay your taxes via your cell phones. And this will eliminate all of the problems associated with paying in the City Hall. And also we have partnerships with UPPGH in setting up computerized health management systems for all our 67 health centers. Earlier, I was saying it is only with the Ateneo that we don't have a partnership. But actually, I'm wrong. With the Ateneo School of Government, we have a program which will be initiated very soon of training our community leaders in good governance. Thousands of smaller community-based partnerships have likewise borne fruit to provide classrooms, livelihoods, nutrition, food, security, and health services to many of our people. As for the problems I outlined earlier, we are now in talks with TESDA to provide school-based skills and livelihood training programs at the Batasan National High School to provide some chance for graduating students to gain an employable skill while they are studying in high school. However, this problem we hope to solve when the K+12 program is completely implemented. And as for our teenage mothers, my office, together with several NGOs, are soon launching a program called Batang Ina to bring these kids back to school and equip them with the proper skills and values to raise their children properly. This year, as our city gets ready to celebrate its 75th founding anniversary, we are preparing ourselves for bigger things. As we continue to find solutions to the social and environmental problems that our city continues to face, we are also gearing up to be among the region's prime business and tourism destinations. During our last term, we crafted the master plans and passed the ordinances that would see this big dream into fruition. It is unlikely that many of us who worked on these policies will be around when they are fully implemented and their benefits enjoyed by our people. Yet as servant leaders, it is our duty to work in the here and now for something greater than ourselves and larger than anything we can ever imagine. It is our duty to dream big and plan big for our people. Many times people ask me this question: do you really enjoy what you do? The question often arises in the context of very stereotypical views of the not so pleasant things politicians do, like visit wakes and attend birthdays, baptisms, and weddings of people they do not even know. And they see the lines of people outside my office seeking solutions to their problems, and they cannot